We began with the simple concept of peace, then got a board, and then painted it white.
We drew in block lettering saying peace as the basis for our background.
We knew that we would later on cover it, but still we thought that this would be a good start.
Here you can see we begin painting it. Although we didn't plan out exactly how we were going to do it, we knew that later on the layering would allow us to cover up anything we didn't like.
We used our own creative talents, but overall, painting took a lot longer than we suspected.
One of the main things we learned was that art is unpredictable. You can't have high expectations for the outcome or how long it will take.
As you can see, this painting is actually taking far longer than we thought. I painted the P and the E, as Mika painted the E and the C.
Here you can see me doodling and then covering it up later. We spent a lot of time in the project experimenting and then going over what we'd done.
I'm right now painting an A, but even still, we covered most of it later on.
Overall, we were pretty satisfied with our original painting of the letters.
We decided to paint the background black because it allowed the letters to stand out more.
It also filled it in so that later on it wouldn't seem like there are empty spaces in between.
I began to make the tree, as Mika began to paint a white dove, which symbolized peace.
The tree, which was made from a grocery bag, was our first media different than paint.
The dove was the most cliché symbol for peace that we had used.
From there, we moved on to other types of medias. As you can see, magazines, and the leaves in the tree were made from this kind of rice paper.
Then we used oil pastels and paper to make this creek.
At home, I used watercolors to make this image of a Tibetan boy advocating for peace.
This was when we realized that the black was just as empty as if we had left it white.
Here we start gluing in the words freerice.com because the E originally represented education.
It took several attempts and helped us become less judgmental of artwork.
We realized that even the most simplistic pieces of artwork take a lot more time and effort than you can always see.
We started painting in a sunset, and our ideas flowed from then on.
As you can see, we covered the creek with beach glass and a fish made of clay.
We painted a path in which we would have Gandhi walk on earlier. We originally were going to paint him, but then we decided that we painted too much throughout this project.
We also began placing other types of media in. There's a postcard of Green Tara, who's a Buddhist deity, up in the tree, and we put rice over the glued words freerice.com.
This is a sprout that we thought it really symbolized peace because it was growing.
Tranquility is written out in wire.
Those are symbols, those are peace written in other languages that we decided to hide throughout our project.
We also started painting over magazine images or photos that we'd put on so that it gave a sense of depth to the entire piece.
This is peace in Arabic,
even though it's difficult to read. We also have many other symbols hidden if you look at it closer.
Our idea of overflowing our project with peace topics ended up working out very well.
We left a lot of room for individual creativity, and so it was successful in the sense that we both got to experiment with the media that we wanted to, and neither of us were forced into doing what others would consider work. It was also successful in the sense that we really got to weave a lot of different associations with peace into the collage. If you want to see it up close, the permanent location for our piece is in Miss K's room. It's a lot easier to see the detail and the layering of the different types of media when going at a pace of the individual's eye.
I think the unity of this project worked out far better than we had imagined.
Here's the finished product. Enjoy.